Hi, my name's Paul Baines. I'm Professor of Political Marketing at Cranfield University and co-author of Marketing by Oxford University Press. In this next sequence, we talk to Fermin Paus, the Soberana franchise brand manager in Panama. Soberana's a Panamanian beer, and in this case, he talks about how the beer was relaunched from being a fairly staid value brand into a upmarket, cool brand aimed at younger people.
I'm Fermin Paus. I work in Panama in the Heineken operation, which is called Cervecerías Barú Panamá. I'm the brand manager of Soberana franchise, which is Soberana Lager and Soberana Radler. I'm working in the brewery industry here in Panama, and beer is an important part of the Panamanian culture. The Panamanians have the highest per capita consumption in Latin America, with above 75 liters per capita. And this is mainly because of their weather. Panama has a tropical weather with temperatures above 25 degrees every day, all year. And Panamanians used to drink beer almost every day. The biggest consumption occasion is called parking, which is mainly when they meet with their friends and family and have some beers. It could be in a bar, it could be in a house, it could be on the street, but that's the way they drink beer. It's of their daily routine, let's say. In Panama, we have two main players in the market. The first one is Cervecería Nacional, which is part of the ABI SAB group, and us, Cervecerías Barú Panamá, from the Heineken group. Both companies concentrate more than 90% of the market. The rest, 10%, is managed by distribution companies. So the competition is mainly between two companies. We have different brands locally and international brands in their portfolio. In 2010, Cervecería Nacional introduced Miller Lite to their portfolio, and consumers at that time, they were changing their flavor profile from traditional lager beers to soft light beers. And at that moment, Miller Lite was the only brand taking advantage of this new consumer trend. So from our point of view, we needed to do something to capture volume as well, because Miller Lite was the only brand taking advantage of this new trend and sourcing volume from our brands as well. In 2011, we needed to respond to Miller Lite performance, and in our portfolio we have two brands, Panama, which is a lager, traditional lager, and Soberana, which is soft light beer. So the correct decision was to relaunch Soberana because Panama didn't fit with the new consumer preferences. So we decided to relaunch Soberana brand. Before relaunching Soberana, we did a diagnosis, and we understood that the brand had four problems. The first one was the coverage. The brand has only coverage in the central part of the country, where less than 25% of the population live. The second problem we had was that the pricing strategy. The brand proposition as a value proposition, some cents below mainstream brands. The third element was that the main consumer were adults above 45 years old. And the last one was that Soberana had equity indicators and a negative image perception in the market. So to overcome these barriers, we identify three pillars. We work in execution, in coverage and pricing, and image and positioning, and the third one is innovation. We identified three pillars to work on. The first one is execution, which consisted of coverage. We moved from a coverage below 55% national-wide to above 85% in 2015. We increased our price. We positioned the brand as a mainstream brand, parity price with our main competitors. The second pillar, which is image and positioning, the first step we did was to update our DNA. We understood our consumers, and we created a creative territory, which is powerful, and it talks about a sovereign life, vive una vida soberana in Spanish. Now, we challenge our consumers to be in charge of their life, a life full of rights and no obligations. But we needed a device to get these rights of this life we want to share. We created the Megaphone Man, which is a man in a yellow suit, and you will never see his face. He's a young, cool man. In addition to our updating our DNA and our change in our communications, we started focusing on experiential platforms. We decided to focus and develop surf platform because surf is a relevant and aspirational sport for young adults here in Panama. So we became the main sponsor of the national circuit. We also had a national TV show to share the values and the lifestyle we wanted for the brand. And we also had brand ambassadors that help us to build on this new lifestyle we want to share. In the last 3 years, from 2012 to 2014, the brand has tripled its volume, market share, and gross profit, and now we are the third brand in the market. We continue to grow, planning for 2015 to become the second brand in the market. And from qualitative perspective, consumers now perceive Soberana as a young, cool man instead of perceiving it as an old man from the interior, which is an important element for us because we need to increase our penetration in young adults to continue our growth.